Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Aurogiri. We are doing part 2 of our Tsugumo guide because as I demonstrated, the game can only handle so much Gatling before it crashes, and we crashed hard. The game even... the game actually let me rejoin the test dungeon. I was like, really? Okay, that's cool. So, yeah, so Gatling, the Gatling attack, while it is really good for quick heals, like, I don't fully recommend using it to its full potential on multiple enemies. Like, you can get a stun off with it if the enemy is susceptible to stun. Like, if they don't move around a lot, you can deploy Gatling Vision. Oh, he's starting to stun. Okay, let me just hit him with the other part of the Stone Cold Stunner and just hold him down. But yeah, so the only attack I didn't mention yet, and if you're playing on PS4 and you don't want to touch Gatling for healing, you have Fortress. Fortress is basically a direct Gatling, but it's not spawning things that keep attacking. It's just one animation. You just spend that out, bang, and she shoots like 34 times. 34 times is enough to get a full heal, and it is stronger. It's doing 2 million a hit. So if we're doing 2 million times 34... Just for comparison's sake, in this dungeon, so let's say we're doing like 2 times 35. I could be able to do that in my head. 68 million a use. So we're doing 68 million damage on this Daruma, not counting the 300Ks. Yeah. Oh, 69 hits. Cool. So it's actually 2.6 million. And the reason for that is because this actually contributes to your heat. So this is the difference between Fortress and Gatling, is that Gatling, once your attack power is really high, it will not consume your heat just like Plasma Apocalypse does. Whereas Fortress, I was like, this number keeps going up. Fortress will contribute to your gauge going up, so we're at 90% attack. So before we're doing 2.3 million, now we're doing 2.6 to 8, 2.7. We might be able to see like 3 millions. Yeah. So there's the 3 millions. We probably just hit 120. And if we can get to the 150% with the extra critical, we'll be able to see like the bigger numbers. So that must be it because the number went up. Yeah, so we're at 150% attack, 15% more, or 15 more critical, and now this attack is pumping out 3.6 million. So we're doing 1 million extra damage. So let's say we're doing like 3.6 times 34. We're now doing 122 million a Fortress on this Daruma because it's hitting 34 times at 3.3 million damage. And again, because this is a fire attack, if you had like 10 show Dragon Arc mags and had multipliers going, you'd be pumping out a lot of extra bonus damage because it's activating 30 hits. You're getting like, let's say it happened like half of those hits, you got it to proc, even though it is a 10% chance, we know it happens a lot more than that. If it happened half of those hits, you're popping out, let's say you're doing an extra like what, 700k, let's say. So like 0.7 times, I think my math is bad today, I apologize. 17, okay. So 17 times 0.7, you would pop out an additional 11.9 million damage. On hits alone, it doesn't matter how much heat you have gathered, how much bonus attack you have gathered. It would just add in an extra cap if you were to use one of those mags, assuming it procced 50% of the time and that it did, 700k a hit. And then if you had multiple instances of this damage multiplier, well then that's like an extra 40-50 mil a skill, which is really good. If you consider that per skill, that's fantastic bonus damage. So as I mentioned in the part 1, that if you can get damage multiplier mags on Tsugumo, her raw hit count is so powerful that it really, really takes advantage of those mags, like a mod mag or Dragon Arc mags, etc. So those are all the moves that I use on Tsugumo. So very quickly, for those clicking in on part 2, let's just do a quick review. Oh, she bows. Isn't that cute? Triple Aegis gives you 3 shields that protect you from the next 3 hits you take. It also gives you a 20% attack bonus and an attack speed bonus. Hazardous Volley can be controlled, and it's used for evasive maneuvers. It does a bit of extra damage, but you don't want to rely on it because you're just going to go through the enemy. Like, even if you were smart about it and you just, like, kept going back and forth and you were a master of doing this, like, I don't recommend it because lag exists and Oni is Oni. But yeah, it's an evasive attack. You want to use it to go from crystal to crystal versus Gakaho, things like that. Plasma Apocalypse, fantastic attack. It does a crap ton of damage. There's like no cooldown, no like you can act out of it. You can probably cancel it into Blue Moon Falling, into Plasma. It's just ridiculous. Plasma Apocalypse, one of the best moves in her entire kit. And again, you want to use that after you've raised her green bar as high as you can without going over when you can, because it does not add additional heat. As the bar increases, it goes up 30% at level 1, 60%, 90% attack, 120% attack, and then finally at rank 5, or effect level 5, 150% attack and 15 critical. And on moves like Plasma Apocalypse and Gatling, what's it called? Gatling Volley? Gatling Vision, they will not produce additional heat, and you'll be able to use those attacks at maximum power without losing your attack bonus. If you do go over that bonus, you lose all of it. You do not go negative in attack. I think that was a Riku only thing, but for Tsugumo, she just doesn't gain the bonus. So at that point, when your gauge, your bar goes really high, and it's overheating, you use Heat Purge, you sit down for 2 seconds. You cannot act out of this, nothing you can do. You can change skills, but nothing you can really do. And it will reset your bar. So that's how that works. Fortress, pretty cool move. It's a fire pierce attack. Hits 34, 36 times sometimes. I think I hit the Druma behind him. But it hits a lot. It's basically really used with a Chiami to give you a quick full heal, because you're bound to crit a lot of those moves. And if your attack bar, I'm going to slow down. If your attack bar is full, you get 15 extra criticals, so there's a greater chance of landing those clutch Chiami heals. And that's all the moves, except for Gatling Vision. Gatling Vision, again, it's PS4 players beware. You'll do a lot of hits really fast, and you're allowed to move out of it. Like, let's say you had Chiami out, and you're like, oh man, I really need to heal. You could throw one of those out, backdash, and like eat a Shenlong. Like, if you really were desperate, you can do that. If you didn't want to like lose your combo or whatever, because the more combo you do, the more your damage goes up a little bit. So that is a thing. And then apart from that, part of the technical stuff of how Tsugumo is played, we have Blue Moon Falling spamming. Every weapon has Blue Moon Falling as the Ogi, and how it's used, you go Oogie Oogie, weapon swap, the cancel button, and then Oogie Oogie really fast. It's like an advanced technique, and you just spam the crap out of this thing. You'll do 2 hits a cap and then 3 hits a cap on most targets unless they're immune to ice, and it's a crap ton of damage. Like, I fought Hades Elios earlier today, and I did cap with it, and I couldn't believe it. I'm like, really, with ice? Anyway, so if I use it in practice, it's attack. But again, you got to make sure before you do that, like that technique, you got to make sure your all your skills are already on Blue Moon Falling, because then you just mindlessly do it. So you go Blue Moon Falling, swap, Blue Moon Falling, swap. And if you don't push circle, I'll show you like how that goes. Like, if you do not like cancel it, the weapon swap is like really slow. I actually can't. I can't not do it. Yeah, there we go. Like, it works, but it's just not the same. So yeah, you got to get those cancels in there. So like, and then it looks like that. You just keep pumping out caps, and if it works on ice, like if they're weak to ice, this is like really good damage. As I mentioned, I was using Tsugumo to fight the Foxwoman event in Kyoto when she first debuted. She was way better than every other option I used, especially Shikibuk. She was the wrong type. So then we have our bar filled up because Blue Moon Falling really powers it up. And since we went too far, we lose all our bonuses. We don't lose anything because of it. Like Riku actually goes negative, but Tsugumo doesn't. You use a quick heat purge, the bar is empty. And if you notice your damage going down from Blue Moon Falling, you just keep spamming it. You just like get your attack power up higher. And then we're already at like 60% attack, 90% attack. Probably at 120 right now. And we should be at 150 or 120 right now. 120. One more attack should do the trick. We're at 150 attack, percent attack, and 15 critical. And then at that point, if your enemy's weak to lightning, this is when she goes ham. You just spam Plasma Apocalypse. It is 10 hits of cap. It is ridiculous. We have like 25 seconds on swap. Let's see if we can kill him in 25 seconds. It will stun him. It will paralyze him because it just hits so many times. 151 hits, dead. So these Darumas have like 1.5 billion health for reference. Alright, so that's enough test dungeon. Let's go user somewhere. So I will, if people in chat have any recommendations of what they think, they can ask me, like, is Tsugumo good on something or whatever, or we can just go check it out. Okay, so basically what we have to work with is, you want to see Hades? Okay. What we have to work with here are ice, lightning, and fire, but we don't really want to use the fire. Now, she does have a lot of Pierce. Now, would I recommend bringing her to Mephi? No. I mean, not really. She's not my Vanguard of choice for Mephi. Like KG or something. KG, Honda, like, they do that a lot better. They're actually the right type for it. I could see her doing some damage, but I don't know if it'd be that effective. Plus, without iframes, it's very, very annoying to deal with Mephistopheles, so I do not recommend that. Even though that Mephi does take good damage from Pierce, I don't recommend it. So you want to see Hades? That's fine. Let me go to my inventory. I don't want to use too much energy, but I don't mind for Hades. Hades is fun. I actually just uploaded this, so that's fine. I'm going to go in with a bow and just attack him. Hopefully we don't crash or anything. Dungeon Booster Campaign. Hades Aleos. Anyway, I did really good on Aleos, by the way. Even on normal, but on hell especially. Anyway, so let's go to Aleos, just have some fun. Senseless, selfless plug. Anyway, so I'm going to go in, bring my bow, fill up, and let her, Tsugumo, do the talking. But I'll talk too, because I'm streaming, so. Alright, so fix camera. I don't know why Hades always messes up your camera. So after the Hades fight, I'll go over with the actual build I'm using, because I did not go over that. Right now, I am built for lightning. I believe I have a horse mag, my Cielo for crits. I'm about to die. Damn. There we go. Okay, big attack's coming. Let's use our shield. Yay! We're immune to it. Great. Hey, we're putting shit in practice. So, the Blue Moon Falling is capping on him. But he goes invincible so much. He brings out his little boys. We just blow them all up with meteors. And that's one thing to keep in mind with Blue Moon Falling spam, is that if you did not preset it, you're kind of like shit out of luck. Anyway, so let's just use our Plasma Apocalypse. It does hit in the air. It doesn't take that much SP. I'm getting sloppy with it. Missing. Okay, so those are those thingies. You cannot hit him up there. Like, it will not trigger until he's, like, free to be hit again. But you just Plasma Apocalypse the shit out of him. He's dead. Cool. Yeah, Tsugumo, like, I was really, really impressed with how she deals with Hades. When I did it this morning, it was like a minute and 12 seconds. Hades is always different, but minute and a half, I mean, it's a Hades. You beat him. Good job. You know, it is what it is. You know, your speed, your discretion. But yeah, you just basically, like, because Hades is weak to lightning, you just spam meteors until you get enough attack percentage. And you don't need that much, and then you just start spamming Plasma Apocalypse. And if you can hit him outside of your iframes or his iframes, you'll just do a crap ton of damage. I can't believe how well she destroys him. It's really, really good. I'm really impressed by that. So, and I did swap with my bow, which has less attack than my spear. But sometimes it's just, you know, I was gonna die. I need to swap, and she did fine with a weaker attack weapon. So it's, you know, credit where credit's due. Yeah, it's like 3,000 attack less than my Revolution, so that is what it is. So the build I was using, like right now I have like 70k attack. With the bow, you know, it doesn't have attack percentages and stuff. I'm at like 42,000 attack. I don't have that much high bow affinity, so I swapped to 42k attack and I still popped a bunch of damage. So that's pretty good. So what I was using was, well, stat-wise, I have 4,200 attack, 20,000 defense, 57 crit with this weapon. If I swap weapon, I have more crit, 95, 100. I think Spiker's a negative crit weapon, so that gets shut off when you swap. Status details-wise, I had 80 cooldown cut, maximum attack speed, and that's dependent on, because I have a Thunder Mastery on, I think. And then I only had 240 crit force, not that much crit force, 229 lightning, and that's because I'm holding a lightning weapon. Whole bunch of negatives, and then some pierce and stuff. And 69 ice from my mags. Really big shout out here for Tsugumo. Like, if you wanted to build specifically for Tsugumo, seek out the Lightning Scorched Magatama. It's Raigen's Magatama, and there's a reason for that. So, Raigen's Magatama actually synergizes 100% with how you want to play Tsugumo. And in which it gives you 60 lightning, negative mountain, negative wind, and 40 ice, and 35 crit force, 20 cooldown, and at durability reduction, which doesn't matter because your whole goal is to get into Tsugumo as fast as you can. So what I did was I ornamented a Lightning Scorched with double Maze. Maze is a 5 chakra ornamentation. Maze has a chance of giving you, I can't actually go up and look at it, but you can get Lightning, Holy, and Ice from it. So it's like, wow, that's great. So I rolled Maze, and I got Lightning 34, negative Mountain, plus 23 Holy, great, plus 29 Ice, and then negative Fire, negative Dark. Those don't really, really matter. But the main thing is I got an extra, you know, 34 lightning on the mag. So the mag is 94 lightning and 69 ice. Nice. Putting the ice in nice right there. And then some holy because that's just the mag. But Lightning Scourge, because it gives you lightning element and it gives you ice element, synergizes very, very well with Maze, and it synergizes with Tsugumo. So if you have Tsugumo, you want to get the best out of your Tsugumo because she's one of the best there is. I really recommend seeking out Lightning Scorched Magatama. The only problem is I don't think you can use Tsugumo to beat Raigen, because Raigen would be weak to mountain and wind, where Tsugumo, you know, she doesn't do that. So you would need some other method of doing that yourself or with a friend or whatever. But if you can get your hands on the Lightning Scorched Magatama, and that means like play events, because they usually give out a lot of these parts in events and stuff, I really recommend seeking that out for your Tsugumo. Very, very, very synergistic. If you have a Chocolate and Lychee, that is always a good fourth mag to have. It does give you extra affinity, gives you extra, you know, affinity, attack, and it also gives you 15 lightning, and it gives you negative rain, negative wind. But basically you just get 15 lightning, and you can triple ornament it. It works very well with her. Very nice. I had a mag, my Cielo. Basically this is just a Magatama. It just gives me a bunch of skill force, and it's ornamented to give me a lot of critical. This one mag gives me, I think, 32 crit, so 14 crit, plus 12 crit, so that's 26 crit, plus another 8, 26. Oh no, 6 plus another 6. So, yeah, can't math. Pardon me. But I believe it's 32. I've done this math way too many times. That's 20. Yeah, 32 crit. There it is. Yeah. Yeah. 6 plus 14, 20 plus 12. Cool. So it gives me 32 crit. That's all it needs to do. And then I have my Thunder Mastery. It's a Thunder Knowledge mag. I ornamented it in the past. It's my only Thunder Knowledge I have. And I'm like, I don't need this. I have Tempest. And I just triple crit. I triple faded it when we first got it. Faded it. That was weird. Anyway. And I got 777 crit on it. So it's just crit. So basically I'm just built for lightning and crit. And it's fine. And again, the Lightning Scorch does give you ice. So if you find your Tsugumo isn't doing enough damage, you might want to tweak the build. So, like, let's say instead of, if you just ran, like, 2 Lightning Scorched, you'd be fine. 2 Lightning Scorched, whatever you can get your hands on. Maybe you need a Chiami for sustainability. You do some maze ornamentations on Chiamis. You get extra ice, extra lightning, whatever you want to really work with, and go from there. Yeah. If you wanted to build for Pierce, you'd have to start looking into, like, the Jabberwock ornamentation for like pierce damage. I'm not too sure how viable her pierce damage is. I just know that her damage is really good for quick heals, like her pierce moves. They're just really good for getting your health back up. I believe I do have, it's not a Chiami. I have a mag ornamented. It's the mag that protects you from critical hits. I have one with like 50 pierce on it. I'm trying to think what that's called. Heidara with an H. The Heidara Magatama. There it is. So I have a Heidara with a double Jabberwock. I was looking for like double dark or something, and it gave me 25 pierce and 31 pierce. It's like 56 pierce and 35 wind. But it's really good for pierce. So if I ever want to just slap that on, like I'm getting crit, I'm getting hurt, it's my pierce mag. So that is an option if you want to explore Jabberwock for more pierce, especially if you as a player are using like, Charge Spike or Rapid Shot or Tsugumo or any other Vanguard that has pierce attacks. That's really useful. Another thing to mention is, let's say you as a player, you in the past in a certain Yogg event or something, let's say you did actually get like a true mastery mag, like the ones that are like a spear mastery mag. Though, like if you're a spear or bow and you had like, let's say the ice mastery or the lightning mastery, they also come with pierce element built into them. Even the fire masteries, the Kauterions, that one move I was using, Fortress, it is fire and pierce, and her dashing attack, Hazardous Volley, is fire and pierce. So if you did have like Kauterion spear or Kauterion bow, they do give you fire and pierce. It's synergistic. It's kind of like a shout out to whoever has those, but otherwise, like, don't worry about it. It's not that important. Hey Miyamoto, how you doing, bud? Okay, so that's the build I was going with. It's a little bit of ice. Like if my like Tsugumo's ice damage is never really low, but if you find yours is low, yeah, having like a second Lightning Scorch, lightning and ice, ice Chiami, whatever you need to get whatever you need to do, just tweak it a little bit. There's no one size fits all in this game. Everybody's Ornas are crazy and wild, and I love you guys all for it. Okay, let's go beat something up. We did beat up something. We beat up Elios. You have a 3-scroll Venus. How do you, what? It got cut off. Are you saying, how do you beat Elios? Is that your question? Oh, that's my stream. I thought I muted it. Oh, well. How do you build her? Oh, how do you build her? I can't really tell you how to build Venus right now. Because this isn't the time or place for it, but if I were to quickly hover over to my Venus, for Venus, basically, you would have your first weapon, you would probably just make it triple Aqua Needle. Your second weapon would be like triple Ice Needle. You'd have like triple Aqua Needle and then like Primavera. Your second weapon would be like triple Ice Needle and then Pietoso. And then your third weapon would be like Luce Speranza, and then Amore Lamento and Trista Flore with double Sun Rosa. That's what you'd do. I do have a guide on Venus if you want to check that out, though. But just in passing, that's what I would do. So Tsugumo, I'm gonna go to the Arcanes, and we're gonna go fight Shrek, I guess. I think his name's Hyakuraigo. Oh, you're very welcome. I'm looking for a Mount Oberon. Man, I played another game recently, and they had Oberon in it. I was like, oh, Oberon. Oberon is the Fairy King. Summons Mount, walks. Tsugumo is a nice Vanguard, but I think there's too many options to invest in her. Yeah, like overall, nobody aims for Tsugumo, but because Tsugumo has stayed in the Yorozu Cat, and because she's in the premium unit, people get Tsugumo. Like, people don't roll for Tsugumo, people get Tsugumo. Like, people don't roll for Kenshin, people get Kenshin. People don't roll for Shingen, they get Shingen. You know what I mean? Like, so people, some person might have been rolling for Shikibu or for someone else, and Tsugumo was in the lineup, and they have one or two Tsugumos on hand, and honestly, that's all you need to get, like, everything out of Tsugumo is 2 scrolls. 2 scrolls, you get Blue Moon Falling 7, and you pretty much have everything else you need. Everything else should be available to you. And even if Plasma Apocalypse wasn't, like, 7, like, Plasma Apocalypse 5 and 6 are still there. From what I remember, it's all her other Ogies that don't matter that are locked. But if I wanted to check really quick, I didn't actually check if her regular skills are locked or not. Hazardous Volley is not locked. Cool. Fortress 7 is not locked. Cool. Plasma Apocalypse is not locked. Great. Okay, you're good. Gatling Vision is not locked. Heat Purge is not locked. And Triple... Yeah, she's fine. Yeah. 2 scroll Tsugumo. That's all you need. My apologies for not checking that out sooner. I'm gonna quickly check and see if there's like a body party. I doubt it. No, we don't have body parties anymore. I could join that. Yeah, I didn't know. I didn't think it existed. Anyway, so let's go in there. Let's do hell. So, like, her beating Elios is kind of her big, like, coup de grace. Like, we just fought Elios. Like, that's fine. I honestly didn't think she would do that well against Elios. Like, I had heard praise that, Riku and, Honda destroys it. Like, in terms of lightning, yeah, like, Honda is, like, one of the best. But because you get invincibility frames and stuff, like, yeah, can Tsugumo beat, like, Leviathan? The answer, yes. Would you want to do that to yourself? Probably not. Because you don't have iframes. Like, if she Aura Historias right away, like, you don't have any options. You can have Aegis, and it'll protect you from the next 3 hits, but Aura Historia, or whatever she got, will hit you, like, 1,000,000 times. It doesn't really matter. I should have used Tsugumo to mob, because, I mean, her mobbing's not that good. Like, it's interesting. You can go fast, but it's not, like, Honda mobbing. So if I wanted to just use Hazardous Volley, I could go around, shoot everything. But they don't die in 1 hit. It's not, like, the best idea. You can just dash into a guy, though. That's what I would recommend doing. So, I guess everyone's dead. You cannot use Hazardous Volley in the air. But you can use it to get over here really, really, really fast. And we'll swap out because we need it for the boss. So she does have uses. She has applications. Like, if you ever bring her to Purg and you need to go from a crystal to crystal, that's what I did, because there's all these, like, tornadoes and fish around. You just dash by everything. Like, it's really good for movement. In those clutch situations, like, Tsugumo, like, literally enabled me to beat Gakko by myself. Like, it was wild. So I think he summons a bunch of add-ons here. I'm gonna wait for them to come out so I can fill up on them. There they are. There we go. Okay. So, Blue Moon Falling, he's weak to ice and that. Like, he takes cap from it. Plasma Apocalypse again. It's only doing like 6.9 million, but it's so fast! Like, if you don't power up her gauge, like, without any attack bonuses, Plasma Apocalypse is not, like, the best thing in the world. This is why I don't like doing Test Dungeon. It makes everything seem, like, amazing. It just, like, it's just unrealistic expectations. Like, the Blue Moon Falling will cap. Yeah, it was cap. But the speed in which Plasma Apocalypse can come out, and it's, like, instantaneous. It targets at range. If someone moves, it hits them. Like, it's really good. Hits in the air. It's really her hidden, like, grace. Like, it's her hidden jewel that she has. Very, very powerful. Like, it's like, oh no, it's not capping, but you did hit, like, 40 to 60 million damage. Yes. And you did that, what, 3 times? Yes. Like, with Tsugumo, you gotta, like, be really, really keen on just, like, swapping. Weapon swapping. I think Tengu takes damage from ice, but he's not... He'll resist the lightning. The cat should die really fast. I don't know. This is going to be something I'll say now for those who watch this in the future. Like, for guides, do you guys feel like doing arcanes is kind of a low ball dungeon now? Like, in the past, it actually mattered. Like, Arcanes was a respectable difficulty, like we used to EXP farm and stuff here. Do you guys feel like, you know, testing a Vanguard in Arcanes, is that viable anymore? Like, we did Elios, like, you know, that was a prime test. You know, like, we don't get many regular dungeons anymore beyond the moon, like, and we don't really have much reason to farm the moon. So, like, unless I want to burn through, like, a ton of energy to just say, yeah, can she beat Infernal? And I'm like, I hope so. I really hope so. You know? But that's just how I feel about it. Like, to those that this helps, God bless. Just let me know. Overall, I would say Tsugumo is more of a boss killer. She's not your do the whole dungeon with kind of Vanguard. Yeah, she does have some movement stuff, but that's, like, more evasive than anything. And if you were doing, like, a really, like, easy dungeon or something where the enemies die really quick, you're farming it for drops or whatever, yeah, you could use that. You could whip it out if you don't have a mount or something like that. It's perfectly fine. You could just hit triangle a whole bunch and change target and Plasma Apocalypse an entire room. Do whatever you want. Or just Blue Moon Falling everything. It really doesn't matter. I'm trying to think if having a low ceiling stops Blue Moon Falling. It does. Oh my god, yes. So if I want to use Blue Moon Falling, it hits, but the animation gets all wonky. It's really funny. So, yeah, it's dead. It's fine. And it's lagging the same way that the Daruma did. But yeah, if you use it in some areas, like, it can get stuck in the roof. The animation, it's really funny. So, that's great. Yeah. Didn't even get to use the lightning, like, it's fine. Pretty much, like, Plasma Apocalypse, I'll give it a lot of praise, like, credit where it's due. I did do some streams where I was just laughing because I was doing so much damage. It was like an event. The event we had in Yamatai Koku, and we were fighting a giant Gaki, and Tsugumo was just like, cap. I was like, oh my god, that is insane! Because I remember when, like, Dark Miyamoto's outfit came out, and we went here and tested it because at the time this was the point of contention. Arcanes was the big choke. Arcanes is after the moon, isn't it? Yeah, because yeah it is, yeah, because you do the moon, then you do Lucifer, then you do Mephistopheles, so that's all fine and dandy. Technically, it's a higher level. Oh, yeah. Anyway. I picked the wrong Vanguard for this. Or mount, I should say. Because they're all resistant to lightning and stuff. I'm be out of stamina in like 2 minutes. When was the last time you guys, like, ran Arcanes? Like, because, like, Nadir is not so much a desirable weapon anymore. Especially if you're around for Dullahan or Supreme, things like that. But I always get a bit of nostalgia when I come back to it. Like, if the game made, like, Mephi Purg and we fought, like, I know, like, Dullahan's kind of Mephi Purg, But if we had an official like Mephi perg and it was like you know, make like a bunch of like, if it was like make 8 warps, I'd be so down. If it was like make 8 need years, I'd be like, maybe when I'm in a retirement home or something. But even if it was 8 completions, that'd be fun. Completion was a really beautiful looking weapon at the time. Okay. Oh, there's a guy over there. Let's hit him with not Plasma Apocalypse. Anyway. Takes so long to get down there. But I don't even know what Tadaiki is weak to. I think that's the name of the guy, the boss at the end of this thing. Tentoki. That's his name, Tentoki. I'm not familiar if... I don't even know if Tsugumo will beat him or not, but... I just figured I'd try her out. Sometimes, like, I'm a firm believer of, like, if they're not immune to Tsugumo's ice, they will die to Tsugumo's ice. You know, not, like, when it's, like, a regular enemy, nothing like Pergalicious and stuff like that. My god. Raijin Dash Simulator is a horrible game. Just because the wings aren't enough. And I don't want to just like, oh no, I didn't fill up, oh no. Yeah, I mean, technically I agree with you, but like I can't even like get that running for more. I can't even install all the updates they'd have. My phone's not big enough. Anyway, so can she beat Tentoki? I don't even know what Tentoki's weak to. I know we hit him with Dark in the past. The Tsugumo flowchart is like Blue Moon Falling. Okay, it capped. But it has to crit to get cap on it. No iframe. What? So her Aegis does not protect you from status. So we learned that. That's great. He's dead. He's a dead boy. My inventory's full. Okay. Her dash is pretty good, by the way. I didn't go over that, but her dash is nice. But when your dash runs out, you just, you know, load start. You're done. Cool. What else could Tsugumo fight? We went through the arcanes. I'm pretty sure she could do Benkei Factory. That's not an issue. Like, I don't want to do Dew Creek. Like, I know she could beat Dew Creek. It's just Dew Creek would DC me, so I don't want to go there. Tsugumo. Nowadays, there's not that much that's, like, highly relevant. Unless, it's like a perg or whatnot. And she does really well against Gakuho. I, for the lulz, will go fight Mephi. Like, regular Mephi. I'll fill up. Because I remember we used to use, like, ice on Mephi in the past. Mephi's weak to, what, mountain and wind. So bringing her there is foolhardy. I'm gonna first aid staff it, put Raijin away. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. She's good to SL and M, and she's neutral to B. She's weak to S. So if he's S, we might be like SOL. So. But in a world with like KG, this is like Barbary. It's just like this doesn't make sense. What are you doing? You should have. This should be done by now. Go in there with KG. Go do it. Like that's literally all my comment section whenever I do anything like this. But you know, for science, we will bring KG to Mephi, or not KG. Sorry, Tsugumo to Mephi. I feel like because Mephi uses lightning doesn't really work on him. I don't think I've tried it. I might have tried Rolling Thunder once in my life, but I don't know how much of a stake I'd have in that. I feel like I go like weeks without first aiding, and then I just like I gotta start first aiding again, and I feel it in my finger, and then I'm just like I get right into the muscle memory of it. Like yeah, okay. And if I lose, I have no way of defeating Mephi. I have no way. I did not come in here prepared. I have negative wind, a negative mountain. Dummy. All right, triple Aegis. We're gonna Blue Moon Falling once he fills up there. Let's see if it works. He's an S, so we're weak to him. This is the ultimate test. Oh, we're capping. Oh shit. Yeah, lightning doesn't work. Oh wow, the constant interference of his attack is pushing us back. Ah, but Blue Moon Falling was really good, and we beat him, so okay, cool. I should pick that up. Like, literally, like, the main point of this is, if you have Tsugumo, do not sleep on Tsugumo. Like, if you have Tsugumo in a first aid staff, you do not realize how much you are actually capable of doing in this game. I thought I crashed when the music stopped. Alright. I think I know what I'll pick as my last opponent just to try her out. Like, she's very, as you can tell, she's very one-trick pony. You go in, spam ice. If they're weak to lightning, use lightning. If you need to get away, use your evasive attacks. It's pretty straightforward, but the results are great. It's very optimized. It's great. It's fantastic. I mean, there are times it's like, how do I use Miyamoto? And it's like, did you buff and use Sepulcher 20 times? Yeah? How's the gameplay? Amazing. So, you know, a lot of people have pocket Tsugumos from their premium tickets, from their legendary tickets, from Gala, whatever. A unit they didn't get who they wanted. But she's actually, like, really good. When I made the tier list before Honda came out last year, I would not put Tsugumo anything less than A tier. Like, she was right behind Keiji. For what she's good at doing, Tsugumo's really friggin' good at doing it. She might not have the invincibility frames of Honda, but if you can spam Plasma Apocalypse safely, you can out DPS Honda. Like, in terms of lightning, you would absolutely do that. I completely believe that. In terms of lightning. That's what I want to go to Izumo. I'm going to go fight, is it Fujin? Fujin's weak to ice and lightning. So, this should be Tsugumo's best matchup. And we were the wrong type against Mephi just now, and we did cap, so it is what it is. Take you. Come on down. Are you on? Come on. Funny enough, I've never brought her to Fujin, Tsugumo. Like, yeah, ice, lightning, yeah, this should work. This should work fine. Yeah, alright, come on down, we're on channel 1. You know, right now, like, this is just like a... We had our tech demo, now we're just, like, you know, having fun, trying her out, using her. You need Raijin? Yeah, Tsugumo can't beat Raijin. You need Raijin? Did you make the Fujin mag? Or... So what's Raj? Who am I fighting? Oh, you needed his horseshoe. Oh, okay. Right. Yeah, you need both of them. I mean, if you ever make two, like, it wouldn't hurt. I mean, but you don't have to come, you don't want to. Trying to think. Raijin. We're fighting Fujin, and Fujin is weak to lightning. Oh, okay. Just in case things go awry, I want to at least have something with me. I already have a lightning weapon. What am I worried about? But I must have multiple lightning weapons. I'm getting upset with myself. Like, I must have like a white brilliance or something. So many weapons. My revolt doesn't have lightning on it because it doesn't need it. White brilliance. What do you got? Yeah, sure. I mean, the corpse was a lightning weapon. Corpse would actually be fine. Corpse would kick ass. Give me my corpse back. Give me that back. Cool. Bow to fill up. Staff to first aid. Chocolate. No Chiami. Alright, that's fine. It's Zenon. Alright, so I will bring out Leviathan, and we'll see if we can beat Fujin. She should beat Fujin full-handedly. I thought it said 50. I'm like, 50 energy? I'm not doing this. I'm so glad horses are like 10 and 20. Honestly, all dungeons should be like 20 energy for hell. Like, come on. Like, whew. Like, at this point, gargoyles should be 20 energy for or hell. But, like, if they did that, they'd lose all their money from Kodos. So, can't do that. I mean, they could, but the repercussions would be percussive. Alright, so this is Gale. Gale is Fujin. Okay. Saw you this time. Honda Civic, is that you? Oh, you got your new staff. You're all checkered out. Alright, it's a race. She's doing Fujin. Or no, she's doing Raijin. Oh, I'm lost. What the hell? I am lagging. Did I really miss one all the way back there because it lagged behind me? Oh my god. Oh well. I lose this race. That's fine. Did I bring anything to beat Tengu? I always mess up. I'm like, oh, do I need anything for the horse? Oh yeah, I do. What about the guy before it? The Huna? I do that every time. Like if you do that every time. Is there a guy missing? I'm blind. Oh, that kills? Right on. Oh, it is Tengu. Well, hello. Tengu. Great Tengu. I'm sorry. What do I hit Tengu with? Dark? I'm not necessarily built for dark, but... I'm gonna die. Die! Go away, Tengu. Oh, Feather Fan. Thank you. Hey, Rachel, thanks. Hey, you like Everton. I forget about it every time. Thank you. You forgot. Oh, no. Oh, you did? I'll check it out real quick here. I don't see stuff if... Oh, Oh, what the f... Oh, shit. What were you doing? Oh, no. How do you only have 2 weapons equipped? That's weird. Uh-oh. Okay. Oh. Okay, then. Alright, let's see what Tsugumo can do over here. Type are you? You S? Oh, he's S. Oh, we're capping. Oh! Not 2 weapons? Wait, did he hit me for 0? Oh, no, it's because I have my buff. I'm about to say, like, what elements am I packing? Okay, so we're approaching 150 damage potential. One more. Okay, plasma time. So it's not capping because we are the wrong type. Oh, I don't have a Chiami! I dashed into every fucking projectile. Oh, fuck. Just stand there, Raijin, Fujin. Oh, fuck. Oh, oh my god. Wow. Shit. Oh, I'm so lucky to be alive. Alright, we did it. Yay. I got 2 sleeves. I can't pick them up. I don't need them. Oh, I'll pick them up. Fuck. Oh, that was a... Yeah, she could do this. Just be smarter than me, please. Do not dash into 8 projectiles. It could prove fatal. That was fun. Anything else I can discard? I have 10 gotcha tickets? Okay. Oh, yeah. We had an event. They gave us 10 gotcha tickets. Alright. So, yeah, Tsugumo can do Raijin, no problem. Or Fujin, I should say. I do recommend bringing a Chiami. So, like, if you get hit too much. Like, I never actually tried that in here. I talked about it, but I never really showed it. It would have been good in there, but I wasn't really thinking I'd get hurt. So that was a little invincible child in me. So, yeah, Tsugumo's fantastic. On a tier list, I would rank Tsugumo like in the A tier. Like S tier would be like, honestly, Honda and like KG. But when it comes to like Ice and Lightning, Tsugumo is like bar none. I put her right at the top. She's my go-to for Ice. If I didn't have Honda, I'd be using, Riku or Tsugumo, depending on what I really needed, depending on what opponent I'm fighting. But if you can build up the meter in Plasma Apocalypse and the enemy can be paralyzed, like, Tsugumo is just fucking beautiful. Her sister would be S tier? Well, her sister would be. Like, Riku's really good, too. Riku and Tsugumo are fantastic. They are. But because Honda exists, Riku cannot be S tier. Because Honda exists, Riku cannot be there. Now the moon story? It's getting kind of late. That would take a long time, wouldn't it? Don't you gotta sleep? But yeah, Tsugumo, fantastic. Like, Valkyrie's really good, but I would put Tsugumo over Valkyrie. In terms of Ice, in terms of Lightning, for sure. Tsugumo outpaces Valkyrie, and Valkyrie's amazing. Kenshin, she walks all over Kenshin. Kenshin is just does not hold up. How's the event? I mean, it's Hades Helios. It's whatever you want it to be. Honda beats it in a minute and a half. For sure. Like, a first aid Honda just deletes Helios. You don't have to try. Yeah, Lightning and Ice. Like, Ice-wise, I'd say Tsugumo's best Ice Vanguard in the game. Just raw damage, just how you play her. Lightning's very, very good. Her fire, I wouldn't count on it. Her pierce could be good, but there's not a lot of like pierce competition. Neither is there. Yeah. In terms of lightning, comparing her lightning to Inochio, Broken Seal, and regular Inochio, that's up for debate. I can't really make that claim if they're better or not because I don't have much experience with Inochio at all. What was I gonna say? But Inochio has far, far more lightning invincibility frames. Like Inochio, like we mentioned earlier, Inochio can do Leviathan because she has so many invincibility frames. Honda does Leviathan. Tsugumo could do Leviathan, but I don't recommend doing Leviathan because you need to be iframing. Like you'd be like doing 2 Plasma Apocalypse dash away, 2 Plasma Apocalypse dash. Like it would not be a comfortable thing to do. So like damage wise though, she's fantastic for what she needs to do. But she's more of an Ice Vanguard than a Lightning Vanguard. But her Lightning is fantastic. Like when you get to use Plasma Apocalypse like for free, like on Hades Elios, like you just like it's just done. Just done. I really recommend her. And as I mentioned, like Tsugumo's not going to be like, oh, there's a new banner, Tsugumo's on it, I really want to get Tsugumo. Like, she's not that ideal choice, but she is someone that you're going to get, like, if she's on a banner with another character you want. Like, let's say you have a banner that's Honda, Tsugumo, Miyamoto, Battle Maiden, Shizuka. Like, that's already amazing. But, like, you get, like, 2 or 3 Tsugumos out of it, like, level her up. 2-scroll Tsugumo is good. Like, 1-scroll Tsugumo, she can stay in your barracks, you don't need to use her. But a 2-scroll, you got to get her to 90. Should you be dumb and waste all your restores on experience? It depends. I mean, you get more chakra. You're 133? If you're 134, you could. It's cheap right now. That's the thing. Like, I only did experience dungeon when it was cheap. When it was 50 energy a pop, you do save restores. I don't think it's dumb because you're ready for the next thing. Like, Dullahan weapons were 133, but the Dullahan mags were 135. So, like, the game is, like, 133 was good enough for the past 3 years. I think the game's going to start gearing more towards 135s. I mean, the Abyss weapon is a 135, the Lucifer's a 135, and Dullahan's mag is 135. I think Lucifer's mag is also 135. Like, they're slowly, like, the new content is getting towards 135. So, like, let's say the next best thing comes out and it's 135, it'd be best to take advantage of it now. The only thing is, if you don't have a lot of OC, you don't have a lot of restores. I know a lot of my friends, they would rather, I'd rather use my OC on, like, the actual purgatory, the actual high-level thing, and then I'll level up every other weekend or whatever. I'll use my energy on the weekend, and that's it. It's really up to you. If you feel like you don't want to waste it, just, like, do it. And just log in a lot. We're getting an extra 10 OC a day right now, or an extra 20 OC a day for logging in. So this week, if you want to do like you want to do 3 restores of experience a day or a boost or a half an hour boost, I recommend it. Because if you do 10 hours of experience dungeon, that is 200. Like that is it's about 200 billion experience. It's a lot. It's like half a level. Like, well, when I did it, I did like 10 hours a day. Like I was on vacation. Like it was like the heaviest grind I'd ever done. But a little bit at a time. Just pick at it. Take advantage. Like Experienced dungeon is more diligence and discipline than it is just doing it. Like, no one wants to just sit down like, I'm grinding this today. Like, it's not as fun as when we did like New or Arcanes with Darumas. Like, yeah, it was monotonous, but at least you were doing something, you know? And I could get away with it because I was streaming, I was talking to people. Like, I made a whole playlist of like ecchi MMDs that I would watch on repeat while farming, and it got me through it because it was nice music. But the choice is really up to you. Like, even if it's just one level. Yes, exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Yeah. Experience dungeon. I've been working a lot, by the way. Like I did overtime last night, work until 2 a.m. I was tired this morning. Hurt my finger, but I'm feeling better now. So do it kindly, please. The Moon Story. I suppose I could. Alrighty. So, yeah, I think that pretty much covers Tsugumo. Like, this is what you would use her for. Her main applications. Her main applications, you could say Fujin, Elios, Gakuho, anything really weak to ice and lightning. She's really good in events, like any event. I did do her sister. There's a guide for the pink Tsugumo. I have a guide for it already. Pink Tsugumo. This is the guide for blue Riku. But it is up. It's like 2 hours of just going around and seeing what Riku could do. We fought a lot of things. We fought the Lancelot Wolf. We lost. And we brought Honda. Like, this is the comparison here. Like, right at the end. It was like, brrr, like, done. Oh, yeah. For sure. Like, for those who have, like, yeah, Pat, like, for those who have Honda, if you're doing a dungeon that has mobs before the boss, Honda's gonna do that dungeon 9 out of 10 times. Honda's gonna do it. And if Honda doesn't do it because they're a monster type and they're just not receptive to damage, well, here comes Battle Maiden Shizuka, or here comes Tsugumo. Like, like Honda can do pretty much almost anything. But then when you need like fire, well, you have Keiji. You need mountain, you have Keiji. You need wind, you have Keiji. Or you have Battle Maiden Shizuka for fire. You need ice, you have Tsugumo. You need lightning, and you don't have Honda, you have Riku. There are options for sure. And then there's Inochiyo. Like, lightning has so many options. Fire has options too, but you think fire, you think Keiji, you think Battle Maiden. Lightning, you think Inochiyos, you think Honda. Water, rain, you think Venus, you think Lancelot, you think Genbu. There's definitely vanguards that stick out, and then there's yourself. You yourself, you have your weapons as well. The stuff that you're farming to craft, the mags, the weapons, they're useful too. There's some things that can be done faster with your own weapons than with a vanguard. Take Hades Elios for it. I did like a little over a minute with Honda. I did 45 seconds with my weapon. Like, it is what it is. I gotta go answer the door, so give me a second.
改良していただいてからというものの、戦闘モードになるとすぐにテンションが上がってしまって。これが俗に言うトリガーハッピーというものなのでしょうか。
見てください。今私の角に一匹の赤霊が飛んでいってしまいました。海の底から見た子供たちは皆よく笑い、よく泣いていました。私が噛み食いでなければ触れることが許されるものを。
Where was I? What didn't you think of? Like, using a vanguard for everything? Like a situation, or? I just got back. I had to bring in some water. My dad was getting water, so I had to go put that all away. I'm just looking at the chat. Oh yeah, using the weapons we made. Yes. Like, wow. You know, sometimes it's all you need. Build for advantage. Because sometimes it's weird. It's like, you know, you get all these vanguards so that you can get weapons, but then do you use the vanguard? No, you just swap with a more powerful weapon. Like, but you know, you get hit out. Like, the goal is to make yourself as strong, if not stronger, than vanguards. And I would say that over time we have outgrown certain vanguards. Like, some vanguards, I'd be like, the only reason I'd use them is to get my SP back. Like, back in the day, early days, people would only use Genai for gargoyles because they'd run out of SP or HP, and then they would swap and eat a big hit and then get hit out and get all their HP back. Like an Embers or something like that. Like, that used to be, like, that at one point was a meta. Where, like, you didn't really want the Vanguard. You were stronger than the Vanguard, and you would just use them as a decoy, as a substitute. But there's definitely some Vanguards that we've outgrown, like, we're stronger than at some point, like Siegfried, Azura, Dart Miyamoto, you know, Sasuke. Like, a lot of Vanguards, like, we've out DPS them, we outpower them. Yes, Sasuke and Infernal, yeah. Should you just go for Vanguards or weapons in late game? Late game, you should just go for what makes you happy. You should go for what you like. Like, there's a new Vanguard coming, Ieyasu. And from what I hear, she's in a pretty bad lineup for me. And I'm not, like, super duper excited for her. But if the lineup's really bad, I'm not going to touch her. I'll wait for her to come later and be in regular Eurozus or whatever. But to some people that, you know, to someone who doesn't have Honda, to someone who doesn't have Keiji, this new Vanguard's incredibly powerful. You give her a Chiame, she's going to be fantastic. Like, is she essential? Not if you already have everything. Like, but endgame wise, you should go for both. Like, the reason you get Vanguards is so you can beat the bosses and get their weapons. Or to get their mags, as Mira brought up. You know, you get a Purgatory mag, or a Glacies mag, or Frozen Hell, I should say. How bad was my Honda rolling experience? I had to Yorozu Honda twice, and I got 3 scrolls. I got 3 scrolls rolling, and I only got 2, and I had to buy 2 Yorozus. And right now, Ieyasu, she's going to take Summer summer,
違ったりレイさんとデザイン違いなんですよ。
what are those called? Summer Yorozus, like separate Yorozus. Like we have New Year's Yorozus. She's gonna take summer Yorozus. And I'm just like, I don't like that. I have 500 Yorozus from a bad Sublime experience. I want to use them on something worthwhile. And I can't use them on her. And I'm like, I'm not gonna do like, I'm not prepared to like drop $1,000 on a character in a bad lineup. Yeah, exactly. Like if it was regular Eurozus, I'd be like, yeah, sure, I'll go get some, I'll go play with her. But it's not, so uh, that's not my cup of tea. Um, you know, if you're doing cap, why do you go for another weapon? So that's a good point. I brought that up, and you know, it's like eventually, like there are some moves, like let's say Rolling Thunder, where Rolling Thunder is so powerful as a regular skill, or even Collapsing Blade. If on the right enemy that you're hitting their weakness with, you're going to be doing cap anyway. Like on a White Brilliance, does Rolling Thunder cap? Yup. On a, but the thing is, when you go from, let's say, like the 130 list of weapons, like when you go beyond 128, like especially White Brilliance as well, but when you start getting into those damage multipliers that let you hit extra damage, let you do bonus damage over cap, like that's a big difference. Like if your Collapsing Blade does cap on a Warped, let's say, like it should. Well, the Warp doesn't have a damage multiplier, so then you upgrade to like a Dullahan or a Darkfin, and you're still doing cap, but they have bonus damage, they have backstrike for those tougher enemies, and you'll do more damage. Arguably speaking, the Darkfin as a weapon, it has bonus attributes. It has backstrike, it has attack percentage, it only has like 1 negative, it's got physical element. It's really, really good. And the only thing that really like outpaces it is the Dullahan weapon, because it has like 3 million bonus damage, whereas the Darkfin only has 700k. So it's like 4 times better with the bonus damage than the other one. So if you use like the same attacks, like if you had a Darkfin and you use Collapsing Blade like on a Twin, and you had Collapsing Blade on a Dullahan, and they were both capping, well, you'll get an extra like 700k, and then you'll get an extra 3 million. Like, it's just like, you're just gonna out DPS the other. Both are good. One does ice, one does nothing else, or does thunder. But it really comes down to situations. What really, really makes certain weapons good is if they come with an innate Oogie on it. Like the Dullahan weapon comes with Passionate Funeral, and it's actually a really good innate Oogie that you can't have on anything else. And if you desire the ability to hit a target at ranged, instantaneously, and in the air with a low cooldown, and 9 hits of multi-hit, it's a covetable ability. It's something that's desirable. As good as the Darkfin is, it cannot use Passionate Funeral. But when it comes to Sublimes, you can put it on anything you want. It's up to you. But basically, the reason why you'd get better weapons is, like, first of all, aesthetics. They look cool, they make you feel good, and if you're hanging out with your friends and you're farming the event or whatever, that's just a bonus. Like that's why you play the game, right? Like if you're 100% objective, you're not gonna have fun. Honestly, you're not going to. If you're hanging out with your friends, you're talking and you're partying and you're streaming and whatever, you're gonna do that stuff. But no, Natkin asked me why would you go for certain weapons if you're already doing cap? And right now, like, it's because, like, right now, most things that cap will do cap, but, like, when you bring those things to, like, Purg and stuff, like, their defense is a lot higher, so you actually, like, you do a lot of damage, but it's a lot lesser so than you thought. But it's basically different weapon effects, different abilities that the weapon has, different skills, different abilities, and different, and it's better. And if you get a stronger weapon, it makes your Vanguard swap better, etc., etc. Bonus damage. It is what it is. Like if we look at it at a grand scheme, like, when at the time when they brought out knowledges and knowledge's only competition was Tempest, and making a Tempest was like 10 times harder than getting a knowledge, people saw no value in farming for Tempests, or if they had an other side weapon, they saw no value in farming for Mephi weapons, because objectively the other side was just way better. Like, you know, it stagnates the game in a way. Like when they just give you something better than everything else and just like, here you go, and it's like, oh, okay, what are you gonna do with it? Nothing. Why? Because it's better than everything. Oh, okay. And then the game dies. And they do that a lot. Like Kodo mags are kind of like that, but at least there's a grind to them. While they don't have any negatives, they give you so many bonuses, and like they're pretty much staple on any build because of everything they do. Yes, they must. Well, all the nice ones, but they're all nice. Anyway. So yeah, so what was it? A while ago, I brought up the concept of doing a pool party. I was on vacation at the time, and then my computer died. Like I was planning to stream it all on my gaming computer so that if the game goes, my game crashes or how many people there are or whatnot, I could keep the stream going. It'd be going through Elgato and running. And when Abyss dropped, if you guys remember, I was farming Abyss and then everything went black. Like I couldn't see anymore. I had to reconfigure things. Like my computer died. I was lucky to get it fixed, actually. That I had to wait till after the weekend because it was a holiday weekend. And like I was going to do it that Sunday, or I was at least going to try. And my computer's power supply blew. So I brought it in and they were able to fix it, thank God. So my gaming computer works again, has a brand new power supply. And I was kind of bummed out that it happened. I'm like, oh no, my computer, I hope I can get that fixed. So then after that point, I went back to work. And I've been off work for some time. I was on vacation. And yeah, so this is like my second week of working. And I was just resting on last weekend. And then I just haven't had a chance to organize it again. It burned your iPad? Oh no! This next weekend though, like, if I wanted to do the pool party, like, I wouldn't be able to organize it in time for tomorrow. Next weekend I only have one day off because I'm switching from, like, Monday to Friday to, Sunday to Thursday at work. So because of that, I only have one day off this week coming, so I can't do it this week. If I want to do the pool party, it would probably be like after we get the Ieyasu event. Like once Ieyasu comes, after the next event, we could probably do it. The pool party. Like if I had to give a definitive take. Someone's going to click on this and be like, oh, Tsugumo Guide Part 2, and then halfway through it's like, what the fuck's happening? They're just talking about stuff. But anyway, it became more of a stream. Like Part 1 was all the technical stuff, how to build things. People can play from there. Then we had some practical stuff. Once summer vacation is over. Well, yeah. But yeah, like during the week is no good for me. Like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Right now I'm a little short on money, so if ever they ask me to like stay late, I stay late. So yeah, this Saturday, it's my only day off, so I don't think I'll be able to do it. But next, probably not this week, but next week, I could probably do it. Let me see. What's the calendar say? So today's the 13th. A week from now is the 20th. That's no good. So probably the end of August. So we can probably try to do something for either the 26th or the 27th of August. I would say.
姉さん最近頑張ってるな。まだちょっと変なところはあるけど、洗濯の時に洗濯
That's a lot of work.
しなくなったし、失敗もだいぶ減ったもんね。私も頑張らないと。
I actually just watched an anime where there was this protagonist, and she like got into a company, and she works, and she works so hard, she dies, like working so hard, and then she gets like reborn, and she's like, the goddess is like, what do you want? And she's like, I don't want to work hard, I want an easy life. And she gets reborn. And I watched the first episode, it was really good. But yeah, she worked herself to death for nothing. Like, that's the point of it, is like, don't give your soul to a company. Like, because you die and someone just takes your cubicle. Anyway, I saw one episode of it. I want to watch more of that anime at some point. That's a spoiler of your own life? No, it is an omen. You must steer clear of that fate. I did. I sent it to you yesterday. It's like, I wonder if I will still isekai. What was it called? It was like, it's one of those long names. It's like, what was it called? It's like, I killed slimes for 300 years and now I'm max level. Like, it's one of those, like, whatever the first line of the light novel is, .exe, let's send that to publisher. Like, it's one of those anime names. I don't know why they all do that. It's like, it's literally like synopsis dot title. Yeah. It's not the one about I'm reincarnated as a slime. It's this girl and she kills slimes. Like, every day, like, she learns that, like, a slime attacks her and she's like, oh, okay, I'll kill the slime. And she gets like money. She gets like a crystal and she gets like 25 crystals. She goes into town. She's like, what are these? And like, oh, we can trade that for money. She's like, oh, okay. So like every day she would kill like 25 slimes. And she would just get money. She's like, well, this is enough money for me to live. I don't need to do anything more than that. So she would just kill slimes every day. And then she did this for like years upon years. And she like maxed out her level. Just killing slimes. And they do all the math. It's really cool. Yeah, it's fun. Yeah. I want to watch more of it. I only seen the first episode. It was funny. I was on YouTube and they had, it's not 1,000 years, but I was on YouTube and there was like a YouTube account called Crunchyroll Dubs, and they just give you like a free episode. Me back in the day in the sewers. Yes, I remember killing the sewer. Yeah, you killed the stickies. Lyra never forgets when I said, oh yeah, the best way to skill farm is just go to the sewers and hit these stickies. And I said, no, they'll never kill you. They take like 2 bites out of me, I'm almost dead. I'm like, oh my god, I run away. That's his like favorite moment of me ever. Like, that is his favorite Oro moment, is when I said, oh yeah, just go farm the stickies, and I got my ass beat. So I'll try to figure out something for the Pulio party. Yeah, it's fun. It's a fun show. Oh, the clip of me running? It's on the skill leveling guide. Orogiri Onigiri skill leveling guide. Does he have it on Twitch? No, it's not on Twitch. It's not clipped on Twitch. It's on YouTube. So tomorrow, if I don't get called to work, my throat's starting to give here. I'm not used to talking this long. Tomorrow, if I don't get called to work, I'll do the moon story. That's what I think I do. It's 300 years. And they do the math. It is 300. But anyway. it's a fun, lighthearted show. It's good. So yeah. So tomorrow, if I don't get called to work, I'll do some Moon Story. I am sweating here. I turned off the dehumidifier to stream, so it doesn't make this like oh noise the whole time, and I am just sweating balls. Oh, but anyway, Tsugumo's really good. If you get Tsugumo, you have 2 scrolls. She's fantastic. Hope they call. I mean, that's like $400. I hope so too. I hope so too. That's like $400. That's good money. That'd be pure overtime. What achievement did I do? 50 dungeons? 10 dungeons? 10 dungeons. Oh yeah, like, I guess before I fade away, and this stream becomes like, how long is this? Like 2 hours? Oh, an hour and a half, okay. Any plans for the night? Nothing specifically. My friend wanted to play like Borderlands after he got home from work. He was telling me that. Well, yeah, so we have these achievements right now. Just to quickly go over them, just so people don't realize, like, because earlier Miru said, like, these achievements have tickets. Like, these achievements are good. You do the 5 dungeons, you get, like, durability. Oh, yeah, we could do that, for sure. If you do 10 dungeons, you get weapon grade powder. If you do Hades, Elios normal, you get a Ryu boost, which is not worth it, but you get recipes. And if you do Hades, Elios Hell 10 times, you get a 300 Dura ticket. But just to go through the achievements really quick, because there are some good ones, you get a gacha ticket and a full restore for 30 dungeons. 50 dungeons gets you, I believe, 1 of each boost. Yeah, 200% of each boost. If you do 100 dungeons, you get an all boost and a gacha ticket. If you get, if you do 150 dungeons, you get a button, a band-aid, and a gacha. And then if you do 200 dungeons, and you have a week to do this until the 19th. If you do 200 dungeons, you get a button B, a band-aid B, and a gacha ticket. If you appraise weapons, like literally just go identify a bunch of stuff, feed it to a vanguard, you get 3 soul eggs, 10 competus, 5 high potions, an artisan sword for 50 weapons. If you do Glacius Typhon, reward up, like the special one, 10 times on normal, you get 2 godlies. I don't know if that's worth it or not. Depends if you don't have godlies. If you do Glacius hard, you get a 500 Dura ticket, but it's like 10 runs. That's a lot of energy for that. It's up to you. If you do Glacius on hell, you get 3 weapon grade powder. I mean, you're only going to do hell anyway, so. 2 soul eggs for Blitz team at normal easy. 2 repair fairies for Blitz easy hard. Probably not worth it at all. Blitz easy hell gives you a Amalgam, a band-aid A. That's probably worth it. EXP boost, I don't know, that's up to you. 2 ornamentation godlies for 10 hard Tiamat hards. That's not bad. Ornamentation things are more important than smelting things, I'd say. It's hard to say. It comes down to you as a person. And then 10 Tiamat hells gives you 3 weapon grade powder. I don't think that's worth it. Unless you actually need your recipe and stuff. And then if you do experience ticket dungeon on normal, you get 3 high potions. Don't do that unless you're under level 100. If you do hard, you get mega potions. It's not worth it. If you do hell, you get 3 soul eggs. It's the only one worth doing, to be honest. And then if you do eldritch normal 10 times, you get 6 energy restores. That's actually not worth it. You're going negative. Like, if you do not need eldritch beast, you're going negative on energy. If you do the hard one 10 times, you get 3 weapon grade powders. I mean, if you need to farm eldritch, do it. And then finally, you do 10 Hades Elios hards, you get 2 smelting godlies. So the achievements aren't the best in the world. Just make sure you do 30 dungeons for a full restore. And like if you run 200 dungeons, whatever they are, you'll get some good goodies out of it. But beyond that, you know, pick and choose what you want. You know, there's nothing like really regrettably missable. Nothing like mag grade powders, things like that. Okay, where's Miroku? Bargains. Nothing good. I don't think I bought my Shenlong for the day. Right on. Okay, so yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed looking at Tsugumo, realizing the potential she has. She's really good for what she's good at. Like, she's not a Vanguard that does everything, but when she does something, she does it really, really, really good. So I'd like to thank everybody who watches this in the future, everyone that came out to the live streams, the commentators, the everybody. And thanks for watching. Hopefully you subscribe, you stay subscribed, leave likes and all that stuff, and I'll see you next time. And as I mentioned, if I do not end up getting called to work, I'll do the moon story tomorrow. So I'm gonna go give my throat a break, go to the bathroom, relax, have some chips, and relax. See ya.